Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So now from today we are going to start out a new topic, and that's a linear regression and correlation. Let me quickly put on some heading right here. After that will be discussing regarding this portal, okay? Right here, so it goes that linear regression and correlation. Okay, this is a topic now that I am going to follow up here. So right here, this particular one, and now it goes. Now, basically, first of all, I'll be starting up with a very introduction. That's what it is and what it is completely used for. So, okay, see, we have out a case here that professionals, basically, sometimes professionals want to know that how two or more numeric values are related, right? Let's say you are having a numerical data or you are having some numerical sets. So into that case, sometimes professionals want to know that, okay, how are these numerical variables related, the numerical values, the variables which you are having, how are they completely related out? Right, this is what they sometimes wanted to know. Example, let me take out. So basically there is a relationship between the grade on the second math exam a student takes. Okay, if there is basically if there is a relationship between the grade on the second math exam a student takes and the grade on the final exam. Right, is there a relationship? What does and how strong is the relationship? These are all the things which basically we need to know out. Let's say a student had given out the second math exam and a student takes out the grade and basically what's the grade on the final exam as well. So this is what basically it's willing to know for basically wanted to know, right? Another example, I could say that your income may be determined by your education, your profession, your years of experience, and your ability, right? So the amount you pay a repair person for labor is often determined by an initial amount plus an hourly fee. Right? These are all the examples in which where can the regressions be used out, right? So basically here, these are the cases where the regression can be used. Also, in that case, the type of data described in the examples, right? The examples which I had given you right above. So type of data which I had described there was the bivariate. Was a bivariate data. We often call it as BI. Okay, we often call it as BI. So bivariate data, we often call it as BI. Okay, that's BI for the two variables. Bi means the two variables, right? So it's for the two variables only. So in reality, basically, statisticians mostly focus upon the multivariate data. So it's multivariate, and here goes the data. Fine. So the examples which I had shown you that for the bivariate data, bi means the two, right? And basically the statisticians completely see about the multivariate data. Okay, that means having the many variables, right? So this particular linear regression and correlation topic focuses upon the studying of the simplest forms of the regressions, right? Like the linear regression with one independent variables. We'll be seeing about the data that fits in a line in two dimensions. We'll study about the correlation. That what is this correlation for? It basically measures that how strong the relationship is, right? So these are all the things that we will be studying up here in this particular topic, that's a linear regression and the correlation, right? Now what I'll be doing is that I'll be taking you to the very first topic that not like this, I'll be taking you to the very first topic that I am having right here, and that's the linear equations. Okay, yes, this is the topic. Okay, let's come down and start studying about this particular thing. So I would start with the writing only that linear regressions, the linear regression for two variables, the linear regression for two variables is based, linear regression for the two variables is based on a linear equation, is based on a linear equation. It's based on linear equation with one independent with one independent variable. Okay. Now, the form which we are having here in the for linear equations form that we have out here. So it's y is equal to a plus bx. Y is equal to a plus bx. Hope many of you are familiar with this particular form as well. That's y is equal to a plus bx, because we get out these things in our very younger classes, right? We already studied about these things onto our younger classes, right? So this is about linear equations. That linear equations for the two variables. It's okay. Okay, how come this particular has been appeared? Let me quickly remove this out. Till the time I would not speak out. Like I would not deny while speaking out. Okay. Yeah. So linear equations basically it's for the two variables, right? We had already seen out the formula as well right here. That how is the formula and how is that completely applied out? Okay. 1 second. Right, and fine. Now, let me just come down here, get out some space for me to write out and write here, okay. Now I will be seeing about some more things, okay, where what are the values of A and B which I'm having here. So I could just simply write out here that where A and B are constant numbers, okay, where A and B are the constant numbers, right? The constant numbers which we are having. So that is the A and B. Okay. Now, I could mention out here that X is the independent variable. X is the independent variable, and Y is the dependent variable, right? So basically we could mention out here that X is the independent variable and Y is the dependent variable, right? So basically what we do, we basically choose out that which value we need to substitute for the independent variable, and then basically we solve out the dependent variable things and things related to dependent variables, right? So in that similar case, I just mentioned out here that X is the independent variable and what's the Y is the dependent variable which we are having out here, right? So when we talk about the linear regression or correlation, so in that case two terms come. That first one is the bivariate data, that is BI, and the second one is the multivariate data, that's basically for the multiple variables. Now, when we talk about the linear equations, so in that case, the linear regressions for two variables is based upon a linear equation, okay, which has on a linear equation. That particular linear equation shall have about one independent variable, right? Y is equal to a plus bx. And where A and B are basically the constant numbers which we are having here, okay. What about X? So X is the independent variable and basic and Y is the dependent variable which we are having. So it completely depends that what variable you set on as dependent and what variable you set as independent, that depends on you, right? So you completely to choose out a value to substitute for the independent variable and then solve out the dependent variable, okay. Hope I am very much clear with this particular thing to you as well, right? Now what I'll be doing is that, so here I'll be stopping up this particular video and will be meeting you in a new video with some new things regarding this linear regression, the correlation. Basically we'll be continuing it, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.